Hey everyone, it's Tori and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. For today's video, I am setting up my bullet journal for 2023. And a quick thank you to Ohuhu for sending me over some markers to set up my bullet journal in today's video. I'm starting out this video with unboxing this beautiful bullet journal from Archer & Olive. She collaborated with the Mint Gardener to bring us this gorgeous bullet journal, and if you ever want anything from Archer & Olive, you can use code CMCG10 for 10% off your order. This particular journal is an A5 size, the page quality is 160 GSM, and it has 192 pages total in this journal. I'm opening up the first page to show you this gorgeous illustration on the inside. This is specific to the journals that are the Mint Gardener and Archer & Olive collab. All of the other regular Archer & Olive journals just have a blank name page, but I am obsessed with how this looks. And this journal also has an elastic enclosure, a pen loop, and a pocket in the back, which are pretty standard features for any good quality bullet journals. After going over all the features inside this bullet journal, let's hop right into the name page. I'm showing you some of these colorful paper swatches. I'm not entirely sure what else I would call these, from a November planner kit that I got from Archer & Olive, and I will have that video of unboxing that box in the cards if you are interested. Right now I'm just going to rip up some of that tan paper so I can use my stamps on it, and this is the first thing I am going to use my Ohuhu markers to test out in this journal. As I started out this video, I mentioned that Ohuhu sent me some markers, and they didn't just send me some markers, they sent me 100 of their water-based brush tip markers. I was so very excited when they reached out, and I can't wait to show you how these markers work on craft paper, regular paper, and in my stamps today. When starting a brand new bullet journal for the whole year, I like to usually go with a more neutral color palette, so I found these beautiful neutral tones, and I swatched them on a craft paper and just regular dot grid paper for you to see. The first way I'm testing out these markers is I'm going in with this really dark black, and I'm using these stamps that I got from Stationery Pal a while ago to write "This journal belongs to." I messed up quite a few times on this part because I am not used to doing stamps. I accidentally used a D when I was supposed to be using a B for the word belongs, but I just ripped it up, and then I completely spelled belongs wrong again. I forgot the N, and here's the audio for that realization. Oh my god. Starting a new journal is really stressful, guys, especially on the name page, because it's the first page in your journal and you want it to be perfect. I'm just very glad that these Ohuhu markers worked out very well with the stamps, because I've tried markers in the past and they just don't come up as bold as you would if you were using a stamp pad, but this black Ohuhu marker was very bold, very juicy, and it worked very well with the stamps. And now I am using quite possibly my favorite Ohuhu marker combination. I used 47 and 35, I believe, from the pack. It was this dark mauve-y brown that I used first to write my name in calligraphy, and then in order to do the drop shadows, the 35 is this really pretty taupey brown, and I think it came out so beautiful, and I use it throughout the rest of my 2023 bullet journal setup. Right now I'm just using my Tombow tape runner to tape everything down on this page, and then I'm breaking out these stickers from the Archer & Olive November planner kit to add into this spread, and that is my name page done. We are now entering my grid spacing and key page for this journal. This style of setup is brand new to me. I decided to make a pocket with that page that is normally glued at the spine. I really do not like that page, and I usually completely glue it together, but I wanted to make use of it this time around. I'm pretty sure I got this idea from Jashi Corinne or Tracy Tyler Revel. Honestly, I watch so many bullet journalists, so it could be anybody, but I did not come up with this idea by myself. It was somebody else for this pocket idea. I basically just glued the bottom and the side so it became a pocket, added some washi tape, and then I also added my key, which was not being recorded when I thought it was, so that's why it's already done. But basically this is just the regular bullet journal method key, a little bit different to match my style of bullet journaling. And then for this craft paper that I'm using, using from an Archer and Olive notepad, I'm making a grid spacing bookmark. This idea of a grid spacing bookmark came from Tracy Tyler Revel. She's used it in her past couple journals, and on one side it helps you measure your bullet journal lengthwise, and on the other side it's height-wise. I had a flip out grid spacing guide last time, and I'll have my video of my 2022 bullet journal setup linked in the cards and down below, but for this I think it's so much easier to just put it on your page to see where the half, third, and quarter of the page is to help you with your bullet journal setups. So I'm keeping this grid spacing bookmark in this little pocket that I made. I love how this turned out, and now we are doing my 2023 cover page. I'm keeping this page simple with just writing hello in my cursive font and 2023 in this bold black font, and the 0 of the 2023 I decided to make a little gnome because if you're new here, I did gnomes every single month last year for 2022, and I wanted to add him in as a little ode to that for my 2023 cover page. I'm using those same two browns I've been using in my past couple spreads, and I'm just adding in this light gray for the beard as well. And then I decided I wanted to change the washi tape down the middle to this white grid. I think it was just too much of that brown washi tape from Archer and Olive. The white grid definitely lightens it up a little bit more. And now we are moving on to my future log. If you've been following my channel since last year, you know that I was not doing weekly spreads and monthly spreads in my bullet journal. It was mainly just for trackers. However, this year you might notice with that bullet journal key and my future log, I am adding my weeklies and my monthlies back into my bullet journal. To help me get back in that transition, I think the future log is a great idea because it really helps me to see the holidays, birthdays, events, all that kind of stuff in advance, which I didn't really need with my happy planner that I used last year because the whole planner was already set up for me. In this one, I'm setting it up month by month, so this is definitely going to help me out in that aspect. On this 2-page spread, I have calendars for January through June 2023 and space to write the events I have going on in each month in a list style format. The Ohuhu gray highlighter that I have on this page is to mark the weekends. I have a little stencil drawing in the corner. I have a whole other 2-page spread for July through December, so I have 12 months ready inside this journal. Then we are moving on to my themes page. You can see I've already prepped my headers for this setup from a brown paper bag, and I used those 2 browns I've been using throughout this video to make these headers. I'm just pasting the themes down in the middle, and for this journal I only have space for 6 themes because I'm only planning on doing 6 monthly setups in this journal. In 2022 I only used 1 bullet journal because I had my monthly and weeklies elsewhere in a different planner, but since I'm bringing my weeklies, monthly calendars, and trackers back into the same journal, I'm only planning on spending 6 months in this particular bullet journal. Hence why you're going to see only 6 boxes on my themes page where I'm going to draw my monthly theme doodles just as a memory keeping kind of spread. Honestly, you don't really need this spread. I just think it turns out pretty, so I'm excited to see what themes I come up with for the first half of this year. I'm just finishing up on writing the headers January through June on this themes page, and then we are going to move on to my goals page for 2023. I've been bullet journaling since 2019, and I'm pretty sure my goals page has always been the same. Honestly, it's not something I've referenced throughout the year. I probably should, but it's just great to kind of check in with myself in January to see what I want this year to be like for myself, and I make goals in the categories of personal, health, bullet journal, and work. I usually didn't have a bullet journal kind of specific goal section, if that makes any sense. In my past goal spreads, I had a miscellaneous section, but I would always end up putting like YouTube, Instagram, bullet journal kind of related stuff in that section, so I just titled it Bujo for this year. Those are going to be the 4 sections at the bottom, but the top longer box is going to be my word of the year, which I am pretty sure as of right now in the beginning of December, my 2023 word of the the year is going to be grow. I feel like since I graduated college in 2020, which was not a great year to graduate college, I've kind of been stuck in this rut of what do I want to do with my life? Where do I want to live? I'm still living at home with my family and I am only 24. I'm turning 25 next year, and one of my biggest goals is to finally move out, but that has been my goal for the past couple years, so we will see if it finally happens this year. But I'd like my YouTube channel to grow, my Instagram, my cooking skills to grow. I just want to grow in 2023. Speaking of growing up, I am titling this spread Adulting. I called this spread When Did I Last in my last bullet journal, but that didn't fit on this paper that I'm using, so I just called it Adulting because it's basically when did I last have certain appointments and when did I last do specific things for my car. The appointments I've included to keep track of this year are doctors and dermatologist appointments, dentist, gynecologist, eye appointments, hair, eyebrows, and also nail appointments. The bottom box is for appointments specific to my car, like when did I last get my emissions done, which we have to do every single 2 years, I think, in Connecticut, change my tires, get an oil change, and also wash or vacuum my car. After adding a couple stickers, this spread is complete, and we are moving on to my full year health tracker. I probably should just say half year. Last year I did a full year health tracker, but this one I'm only doing January to June because that is how long I'm spending in this journal. Basically, as the full year tracker, I have 6 across and 31 spaces down, and I'm setting this up kind of like a year in pixels, and by that I mean I have one space that I'm filling in each day if I have any head pain, stomach pain. There's also a space for me to track for my period and also some extra health things that may or may not happen to me over the course of these 6 months. I feel like it's going to make a little bit more sense after I fill in the key, which is on the right side over here. So both my stomach pain and my head pain have a specific color that I reference throughout the entire year. And for my head pain, I have 3 spaces at the top for mild, painful, and a migraine. I also have a space for mild and painful for my stomach. The third section is for my period, so I use a really big black dot to mark when my period started, a smaller dot to mark the duration, and I can circle either of those dots when I have cramps. I'm hoping this makes a lot of sense, but also I get this question a lot, is what if I had head pain, stomach pain, my period all on the same day? And honestly, this does happen, but what I do, since my head pain and my stomach pain are 2 totally different colors, let's say I have a painful headache and painful stomach pain, I'm just going to color in half of one day's rectangle the darker brown and the other half the lighter brown to mark that I experienced both on that day. I made this key specifically so I could overlap if I needed to, and after just adding a couple more stickers, that is the end of this plan with me, but please be on the lookout for part 2 that is coming 2 days from now. There are more yearly collections coming, and also my favorite spread to make every year, which is my 2023 vision board. Please make sure that you are subscribed and you have your notification bell turned on so you don't miss that video. And if you've made it to the end of this video and are seeing the final flip through right now, please comment a pen emoji. I truly appreciate everybody who clicks on this video, but if you're making it to the end, that just makes my heart so happy. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe while you're here. Also, don't forget to check out my bullet journal Instagram at Creative Minds Coffee Grinds and also my bullet journal TikTok, which is at Creative Mind Coffee Grinds without the S. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!